My monitor is dying. My keyboard is breaking. My stream literally didn't work and dropped 60% of its frames today. My computer is melting itself to death. But I'm here with a patch notes reaction. I have looked through these already, and I think they're pretty good so far. I just realized that it says that the balance changes apply to both 5v5 and 6v6. That might actually help with some of those game modes that are having some trouble with certain. I particularly mean 6v6, but yeah. So far I think I like most of what we see, and you can see his head poking out here. I'm not gonna keep you waiting. Mauga. Cardiac Overdrive no longer provides allies with damage reduction. Now, this is really big, right? I think a lot of Mauga comps, they get these characters that were a little like, they're squishier, and you can put them to go like dive with the Mauga and go super hard with him, right? So you've got these like Soges and Echoes and Pharas and all those characters that shouldn't work well with Mauga, kind of getting enough out of it. Because remember, they also get the healing, right? The Omni Vamp as well. This is really, really big. Like, this actually is a significant change for Mauga that I think is going to matter a lot. Another one's going to matter a lot is the cage fight. His ult not only increased ult cost, his barrier health was reduced to 1200 from 1500. I have wanted to see the barrier health changed a long time, like for a long time. It's finally happened. This is a good starting place. Please don't tell me you can hear my roommate vacuuming. Every time I try to film something, he just magically knows. Anyways, if you do hear it, my bad. But yes, barrier health reduced from 15 to 1200. Good, great, awesome. I like this one a lot. Berserker passive overhealth conversion rate reduced from 50% to 40%. I actually think the problem with this passive is not the conversion rate. I think it's the fact that it just stays forever. Like, it stays through death and everything. I feel like there should be a condition. Like, it should start, like, if you haven't used it yet, you should start losing it. Not that that really matters. That's like one of the things with it. Having less overhealth is probably a good thing. I particularly like the cage fight nerf. It makes trying to break the cage a lot more consistent and like viable. And I think that is way better. Like, that's a much healthier change. I'd love to see it go lower, but that's just me. These are good changes. I think these are actually really good. Is Mauga dead? I don't know. Maybe he might not like dead, but he might not be as good as he was. So that's gonna be good for our LAN in China coming up in a couple of weeks. So that's always nice to hear. Roadhog, I guess Roadhog is just really bad, and so he just gets healing increase, which is going to make him, hopefully not make him too bulky to the point where it's annoying again like it used to be, where you just couldn't kill him at all. Hopefully that doesn't happen. I'm not going to be a fan of just general Roadhog buffs, because I think his kit is just completely messed up. Like, it needs so much overhaul. And then Whole Hog ult cost reduced. So not only was it reduced, but since he has more healing potential, he's going to be getting it faster. So this is a really big buff to him having ult a lot more often. Not to say that Whole Hog is a great ult, but it's definitely one of the annoying ones in the game. So yeah, not ecstatic about these changes. I don't think they're going to do too much in the grand scheme of things, but any Roadhog nerf makes me go a little, I'm not too here for it. Winston, ultimate cost increased by 10%. I think he's just been doing too much damage. Or maybe with the right click, not right click, the perk, the new perk, that might be why. I don't know. This feels pretty whatever to me. Winston is good, and he will continue to be good. Nothing about it. Zarya, honestly, this one, Zarya feels like a really pub stomper in 5v5 right now, but she feels broken in 6v6. The degeneration rate of her energy has been increased from 2 to 2.5. So her average energy is going lower. So effectively her DPS is going lower. good. She has just been shredding people, especially with the perks, I think. And again, is she the strongest character on this patch? No, but I think she is definitely one of the most annoying and one of the best on ladder. So nerfing her in that regard, I don't think anyone is going to be complaining. I think it's a good change. I do really like this one. It should, I would hope it's enough, right? I mean, 2 to 2.5, I think is a considerable change. Cassidy. So Cassidy's fire fall off range was increased from 20 to 25 meters. What does this mean? Cass gets longer ranges before he starts losing damage, which is really good for Cass. Is it going to be that much, like, is it going to be that noticeable? We'll have to see, but like 25 is, you know, from 20 is considerable. Does he take the place, or does he have a place in this meta without like playing an Ashe or a Soj? Probably not, but whatever, it's a step in an okay direction, I'd say. Secondary fire damage increased from 45 to 50. This kind of buffs his perk as well, because since it can crit, you can do like more damage with those, or with that ability. But the, you know, secondary fire just getting better. He's better at killing tanks effectively. Like, that's really where it is. You're hardly ever fanning the hammer on a squishy anymore, just by nature of how, you know, flash works. So yeah, whatever. This is going to be a little annoying, sure. But I feel like, again, it's really probably more for his perk rather than it is for his base kit. Echo has received some shields. She got 75 shields. I don't know if Echo necessarily needed this, but it feels like she should have it. So in that regard, I think it's perfectly fine. I do like this. I think Echo being a little more aggressive, not having to go back to her team and getting the fights better, is cool, is good. Echo is strong right now, so, you know, this is like a fine, like, what feels like a quality of life nerf, although it's definitely got more to it. There's a little more baggage to it than that. Nice, sure, I'm here for it. Sounds good. Soldier, primary fire now uses the larger projectile size. So basically, Soldier's shots have gotten bigger, so it's more consistent to hit. This isn't going to matter, I don't think. Maybe you'll hit 1 or 2 extra shots. Maybe that makes the difference sometimes, but Soldier's weaknesses are still Soldier's weaknesses, and the strengths that he provide are not greater than actually this character right below him. So it's yeah, it's stay away from Soldier still. It's not going to move the needle at all. Sojourn, her power slide. So cooldown was increased on power slide and the duration has decreased. Sojourn has gotten considerably less mobile in this patch, which is interesting because I like a mobile character. I think mobile characters are fun. I think a lot of people would agree with that. I think most people have just been calling for Sojourn to go down to 225 and then maybe her rail charge damage go down by like 10 or 15 damage, right? Instead, keeping her at 250 and just decreasing her mobility, you know, I get it. I think it's a good change. Like, it is going to matter. Like, I think it's a considerable nerf. But it's not the one I would have liked to seen, or one I would have liked to have seen. So yeah, I mean, like, it's fine. I'm okay with this. I need to play around with it just to see how it feels. If I'm okay with it, right? I think it will be okay at the end of the day, but I think there was a little more they could have done. But again, we'll have to see. I'm open. I'm open to this one. Widow. I was not very happy when I saw this change. Guys, just let her be bad for now. If you're not going to change her, let her be bad. Let her be... She can do the most burst damage in the game. Let her not be the same health as a Lucio. You know what I mean? Let her be fragile. It's okay. I disagree with this one wholeheartedly. Will it make her meta? Probably not. But I'm just so over it. I'm so over this character. 4 weeks Once those hero bands hit, it's going to be like injecting new life into my veins. I am counting the days. I am extremely excited, but until then, we get to deal with this character having more health. Hooray. Yippee. It's exactly what I wanted. Ana grenade cooldown increased by 2 seconds in both game modes, and then Ana's self nano boost duration reduced from 8 to 6 seconds. Let's start with that self nano. Definitely needed. Ana self nano was crazy. Is this gonna matter too much? Maybe not. But I think that is something that they did need to consider. I think if they really wanted to nerf the survivability of it, they would make this nano not heal Ana up or not give her damage reduction or something. It'd just be kind of like a damage boost to herself. Giving herself like a full nano boost is just crazy. It being 8 seconds is also pretty crazy. So going down to 6 is definitely, it's definitely a welcome change. Bionade going to 14 seconds. I've been a proponent of Bionade becoming a large heal reduction instead of a heal block, like an 80-90%. I think making one of the most fun abilities in the game, like, yes, it's a very frustrating ability, but making one of the most fun abilities in the game just longer cooldown, like, this matters a lot. Like, this is a sizable nerf to Ana. I played a couple games on her and it felt pretty bad. So yeah, this, and especially like this is a nerf to her biotic bounce. So I think a lot of people are going to start taking Groggy more maybe, because you can use it less for survivability, because you really do need to hit people with aggressive nades. Yeah, I don't know. Ana being good is not bad in my opinion, but Ana was really good. So it's not like she didn't need anything, especially with maybe the best perk set in the game. I'm not exactly sure. Like power wise at least. So yeah, I don't know. It hasn't felt great so far, but I understand it and I think it's fine. And then Juno, Orbital Ray, ult cost increased yet again. They keep going up and up because they realize just how powerful this ult is. Juno is still really good. I don't really have any like specific changes for Juno. I've broken record, talked about my proposed changes for Juno. But ult cost increased. It's good to see. It's nice to see, especially since she's doing more healing / damage across the board with her perks. So this is a nice balancing out of Juno. Also means that she's not going to get her Ray as fast in the early game before she gets perks. So she can't really set the tempo as hard because she gets her Ray decently fast for the character that she is. So I think it's fine. I think it's good. It's a good patch. I like this patch a lot. I think just in particular Mauga getting a good nerf. Zarya, I think, getting a good nerf. You know, Echo getting a nice, interesting change. Soj getting a needed nerf. Ana getting a needed nerf. So yeah, it's nice to see that they've hit the characters right. They were very coy about nerfing in the mid-season patch, but this time they're like, nope, let's just go ahead, hit it full force. Wholeheartedly agree. Great. This was a great patch. So let me know down below what you guys think, but like and subscribe before you do it. Guys, I stream live, but I think I might have to stop trying to do it on YouTube, because a couple of times that I've been doing it on YouTube as well, it has been murdering my connection. Today, I lost 60% of my frames. Now, that also could have been because Discord updated and it might just start eating up all my, I don't know, CPU or RAM or whatever. So I think I'm going to stop for the time being streaming on YouTube. I'm sorry for my YouTube heads. I appreciate you when you stop by. Please come over to my Twitch, twitch.tv/LaneHemingway, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. I will be starting Resident Evil sometime this week. I was going to start today, but the stream was dead. So be on the lookout for that. Thank you guys. I think that's all. Join my Discord down below. Please have a good day.